He will make changes. He says he enjoyed the work of the centre halves the other day, so maybe they'll keep their places. Reece James has a bit of an issue. They may change. They may go back to Nico O'Reilly. But, I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are. We were saying off air that a settled defence, you can make changes elsewhere, but having a settled defence in a tournament is probably a good idea as much as you can, isn't it?
Yeah, usually you would think that would be a core. I mean, when I think back to my time, the only people who never got a rest was me and Gary Pallister. Everybody else was rotated by Fergie, but he always had his centre backs and the goalkeeper. That never changed. But yeah, I mean, I would anticipate there'll be a few changes and all the rest of it, because at the end of the day, you're going to play. If you dive into the competition, you're going to play something like 7 or 8 games. You would think at least if we do our jobs right. So I wouldn't be surprised. And you have to say what the other lads were just saying there before. Garner in particular defended absolutely fantastic. I mean, the two fullbacks they're up against, I mean, they were absolutely terrific on the night. So you have to take your hat off to them. They had a game plan. They stifled Harry Kane when he dropped into that deep position. Partey looked after him. I thought they were terrific in what they did. And of course, it is difficult to break something down when you are that good defensively and they're quick and strong and powerful. It was a difficult game for England.
Yeah.
Is there anything he could have done differently? I mean, hindsight's a
Well, that's
wonderful
probably
thing.
that's where you might need a little bit of the couple who we've left behind. That where you're thinking, is this a game for Phil Foden and the kid from Chelsea? Can maybe do that little bit of trick or unlock something. We were a little bit. We were same, weren't we? I mean, we've got wonderful wide players who've got natural pace, but when people are defending that deep, you can't get in behind them like we would try to be.
I would have put a Tony on to disrupt it a bit.
Yeah.
Gone a bit more, route one, a bit more.
Yeah, we were having a chat. It was interesting. Alan Pardew said in the aftermath of the game, we were chatting to him, Steve, and he said, may have even brought, Dan Burn on because they were dealing with our set pieces so well. If you brought Dan Burn and
Ivan
Toney. Yeah, I mean, just to create a bit of chaos, just to offer something.
Well,
different.
it was only the last 10 minutes really that we had any sort of sight on goal. And you're right, set pieces, and I think the delivery from Declan Rice was there, but we had no particularly big headers of the ball. So yeah, here's a point for that. Could we have maybe shoved Dan Burn on Ivan Toney to give us a little bit something else? But look, it's still very, very early. It's I think we'll comfortably deal with Panama, and now for me it's when the next round comes along. We haven't seen a group of 32 before in any World Cup. We're about to. For me, the proper thing starts when the group stages are over. Knockout football. Here we go. Bring it on. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, because let's face it, if you're a team ranked below England in the knockout, you're going to try and do what Ghana did, and you're going to try and play for penalties. So England have to find a way, don't they? You mentioned Declan Rice there, and even our Arsenal supporting producer said he does look tired. He's had an incredible season for Arsenal, but he's played a lot of football. He's had a few niggles, and just looks a bit knackered. So I wonder if it's time for Mainu to come in and give him a bit of a break.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe give Declan. Look, when you're picking your real strongest team, then Declan has to be in it. I mean, he's been magnificent all season. And what I believe is he's carrying a niggle, which he has done for the back end of the season. Now, that's never easy. Yes, you can play with it and all the rest of it, and he will. It's a World Cup, so you will put it in the back of your mind. But if there's something niggling at you, there's nothing worse. You would like to be in a tournament where you're really, really raring to go and fresh and fit as a fiddle. Unfortunately, I think Declan's got some sort of issue going on. I'm not so sure if it's a groin or whatever. It's a bit of a hamstring or whatever it is. But that's the vibe I'm getting.
Well, he's missed training today, so has Reece James, which would suggest they're not going to be involved, Steve. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about Elliot Anderson.
Wow, what a success story that's been. Huh?
Yeah,
mate.
Incredible.
He's like you, a fellow graduate of Wallsend Boys Club.
Yeah.
We were thinking you were still there at Newcastle when he was a young lad. Did your paths cross?
I gave him his debut.
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
I gave him his
really?
debut as a kid. Yeah, I think we had Arsenal twice in a week, and he came into the team and was a bit of a breath of fresh air. I have to tell you, he was always a young, exciting talent. you had to be a little bit careful with him because it took him a long time to really develop. But his natural ability was there when I was there as a 17 or 18-year-old when I gave him his debut. He's from that famous Wallsend Boys Club, which is quite remarkable. I have to say to Steve Dale, who runs it now to this day, you know, I mean, I think it's produced something like 100 plus footballers over the years,
That's
which
amazing,
is quite
isn't it?
remarkable for a little tiny little boys club. Which and to be fair, I think it's the same rule now. You have to be in a 5 mile radius of the boys club to play for Wallsend. You know, so yeah, even back in my day, I mean, we had Peter Beardsley in the team and Rob Hindmarsh, and unfortunately he's not with us anymore. But Rob was captain of Sunderland when he was 19.
Yeah.
You know, so you can imagine. I mean, and back in the day, there was only me and Peter. All the other lads were signed up for the various clubs, and there was only me and Peter Beardsley left, and we were we were the dregs, me and Peter. So you know, that's why. No disrespect to Gillingham, they give me a chance in the end, Gillingham. That's why I ended up at Gillingham, and Peter started off at Carlisle. But it's been one success story after the other. Now Elliot, I mean, what is it, 100 million? What I'm hearing, isn't it?
Well, I think the package could be worth, including add-ons, 130 million, Steve.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Quite incredible. I mean, and Newcastle, and this is how hard it is for Newcastle. There's no way Eddie Howe or any of them would want to sell your young player. But for the financial situation that a lot of the clubs find themselves, especially a club like Newcastle, you've had to sell one of your homegrown players, which must be now a dagger for all of them when he's gone on to go for that sort of amount of money.
They'll get
Surely being City, it should have been 115 million.
Yes, of course. Yeah. They'll get a bit of sell on, I'm sure, Newcastle.
I'm sure.
Do you think he'll fit in well at City? You see him as a good fit? I mean, Andy's point is that for 130 million, I want someone who can dribble past 5 people and whack it in the top corner. Do you know? I mean, it's an incredible amount of money.
You need what he does.
You're wanting a young Lionel Messi. You would have thought, wouldn't you? You know, in his plum, you know, or a young Ronaldo. He's certainly not that. But look, it's the way it is. It's the way this. You know, the fees never seem to amaze me. It's quite incredible. Where's it going to stop? Who's going to be the first 201? That's where it'll go to, I would have thought. I mean, you know, I read the other day, is it the kid at Bayern Munich? He said to Bayern Munich, that could be north of 150. So it's just not going to stop with these big, huge football clubs.
No, it's also going to affect the midfield market because Real Madrid want Enzo Fernandez, but they're not going to get him for 80 million if Elliot Anderson's 120. And the same.
Yeah, it does.
It's going to boost that market. You've got Adam Scott, Bournemouth, people would love. Wharton at Palace, people would love.
It does set the tariff, doesn't it? It sets the bar, those sorts of moves, Steve. Is he frozen?
I've just lost you there, lads.
No.
Unfortunately, I've lost you. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
Well, look, we're nearly out of time. If you can still hear us, Steve, we will catch up with you soon. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. There we are. There's Steve Bruce. We lost the line there. And Wallsend Boys Club, in case you don't know, let me just give you a few of the graduates. Peter Beardsley and Steve Bruce, as we were just hearing there. Alan Shearer, he did all right.
Not a bad player.
Robbie Elliott came through it. Lee Clark came through it. Michael Carrick came through it as well. Graham Fenton, for Villa fans remember. Fraser Forster came through it. Who else? He mentioned Rob Hindmarsh there. Brian Laws, Forest fans remember. Who else came through it? There's so many people.
Over 100, Steve.
Alan Thompson.
Oh, yeah, he was a good player at Bolton.
Tommy Widrington, and the spectacularly named, we remember him, Mick Wardrobe.
I don't remember Mick Wardrobe.
It's one of the great football names.
It's a great name. Never heard that name before.
That's right. It is. That was.
Come on, give us your furniture-based footballers.
Do you want your
Mick Wardrobe? Okay, that's it.
Oh, come on, no, please. Let's have your furniture-based Shane Shays Long. We're going to have that, aren't we now?
Are you up for the cupboard?
Are you? Look what you've done now. Charlie does this, and he puts it out in this, and I say, we don't want to, and then they come in. Go on, then, do your worst. It's Friday, you can bring in games. Talksport.com, text 81089, tweet TSH and J, 03717 to get in touch this afternoon, whatever you fancy. Natalie Sawyer, joined by Mark McGinn, Joe Shannon from Boston for the latest World Cup Daily. After a Miami detour featuring iguanas, Miami Beach, and a life-changing Chick-fil-A experience. Okay, blimey. The team reacts to Ecuador's shock win over Germany. And lots of other stuff as well. Plus, France face Norway live on TalkSport Mbappe versus Haaland. Is that the new Messi versus Ronaldo? We'll find out tonight, I guess,
good point.
if they both play. That's the World Cup Daily, available on all podcast platforms now. Lots to come. SV Collymore joining us on his American road trip. The cricket gets underway shortly. Mark Butcher will give us his take on what we witnessed yesterday in the first 15 minutes of play. And Gunter Steiner's up later on. We'll see if he's been enjoying a bit of World Cup amongst all the MotoGP and F1.